Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Berserk chapter 373. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? I personally thought this chapter was fantastic. I think this is, in my opinion, this is Studio Gaga and Mori's best chapter to date, and that's not even a contest, because I think this chapter really, it did a lot for Guts' character, because we got to see a lot of his inner psyche right now and what struggles he's going through and the amount of darkness, surrounding his mental state. Because ever since Casca left, she was taken by Griffith, we've seen that Guts has been in a, downwards trajectory. He's just been losing himself and his sanity. And we really, see what happens to a man that's broken in this chapter. Now, before we go any farther, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Berserk as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. Now, how this chapter picks up is we get to see the entire crew and what they're up to, and we see just how sad they all are about Elfheim being taken down, particularly Isidro, because he's having a talk with Serpico, and Serpico's like, we got lucky, like we barely managed to escape, and everybody in that island got taken away, as well as all the mystical creatures that were nearby. And we all obviously know that Isidro, he had a thing with Uzma, and she's gone. His mermaid queen, his girl, she's got taken away, and he's heartbroken about it. And I did like the touch where Isidro's usually the wisecracking, kind of comic relief, but in this it's serious when even he just doesn't have anything to say. He's just like speechless. Now, what we do get to see after that is that Shirke, she got a plan, and her plan is trying to find where Casca got taken to. So we see Shirke just pretty much tell everybody like, hey, I'm gonna go in in the Astro Realm, and I'm gonna go in a right. And she explains how she's gonna try to focus in where Casca's OD would be, or any prominent OD that she would be most likely in. And we see that she's making this ritual thing. And a moment I absolutely love was, just seeing Magnifico just in the background, just being telling Farnese, hey, are you sure she didn't just doze off? Is she actually performing the ritual? And you just see Farnese gives him the dirtiest look. She just goes, shh. It was hilarious. I love that. And once again, it proves why Farnese is best girl. No contest. I don't want to hear it. We all know Farnese is best girl. She's been best girl. And I'm just gonna remind y'all that she's best girl, okay? But Farnese, she does that, and it was funny. And I really want to say that this chapter, as dark as it got, it also have some that light little moment like that. It really captured how Miura was able to switch back and forward from very serious to a little comedy here and there. So I think that Mori, as well as Studio Gaga, have been just absolutely doing a stellar job in this adaptation, and I applaud them for that. But continuing on, we see that she goes in the Astro Realm, and she starts being where is it? And then she's like, okay, I tracked it down. I know where it should be. It should be right here. At least this is what I'm guessing. And she's going in more farther into the Astro Realm. And while all that is happening, you see Guts just struggling. And who's he struggling with? With the Beast of Darkness. And we get to see just how the Beast of Darkness is starting to manifest itself and take over Guts, because as Guts is in the floor, just heartbroken, he starts reaching for his sword, and the Beast of Darkness is on top of it. And the Beast of Darkness starts just telling Guts hey, listen, you need power. You lack power, so you need power. Ask me for my power, and I shall grant it to you. Just do it. Give in to your darkness. And Guts is shut up, and he's just so broken, and he just picks up the sword and just in a fit of rage just slams it down. And you see just this Guts back when he would go in his quote unquote berserker mode. You just see his face not being shown, and you see just the eye silhouette with the white, and you just know that he is furious. He's 100% serious, and he's in his savage mode. So then after a fit of rage, Guts kind of composes himself a bit, but then what happens? He starts envisioning Griffith, and it's Griffith's body on top of the sword, similar to their first encounter where Griffith defeated Guts. And I love the way that they illustrated Guts' reaction, because he's just shocked, and he's just he just looks like he saw a ghost, and it's all in his inner mind, his inner thoughts, and he's fantasizing about all this. He's just, none of this is real. but you know, he's just so out of it right now. Like, you know, all this stuff, you know, it's just piling up on him. You know, seeing Griffith again, Casca being taken, you know, Elfheim being destroyed, all of these things have just taken a toll on him. And right now you get to see him at his lowest, I would say, maybe arguably at his lowest mentally wise since the Eclipse or even Conviction arc, because he's just, I have not seen Guts like this in a very long time, you know, probably 200 chapters at most. But you know, after that we see that the Beast of Darkness starts telling Guts, like, listen, you want the power and I'll give it to you, but just give me your bones, give me your blood, your soul, give it all to me, and I can unleash this power. And this power is the power that you need to destroy, you know, your enemies, because you're lacking that power. And it's kind of like that metaphor where you see, you know, giving into the darkness. You know, everybody has their inner darkness and inner thoughts, but you know, the themes of Berserk is always about, you know, persevering and, you know, not giving up and, you know, overcoming the darkness. But at this point in time, I don't know how Guts might be able to overcome it, because he's been through so much, and you know, things just keep piling up on him, and eventually a man has to break. Now I hope he doesn't, and I would doubt that he would go, you know, back to the Black Swordsman, where he was just like, heartless and emotionless. But it also wouldn't surprise me, because you know, he's been through so much. But if I had to be completely honest, I don't think he will revert to that. But I do think that it's gonna take somebody like Skull Knight, or you know, possibly Shirke telling Guts like, hey, I know where she's at, or you know, the entire crew just sitting down with him, like letting him know like, hey, we're here for you, because right now he needs all the help that he can get. And like I said, I think Skull Knight has a role to play, and my theory is that, you know, he might be the only one to, you know, be able to relate to Guts, because I do remember that, you know, Miura did state that, I mean, we're going to see a lot of, you know, the Skull Knight, and I'm sure that probably he's going to sit down with Guts and be like, hey, listen, I lost my girl. And he might reminisce about how him and the God Hand, how they first encounter, and you know, the events that, you know, took his, you know, precious girl that, you know, we speculate also became the Dan later on. So how the chapter ends after that is that we see a bunch of mercenaries just kind of break through the windows and, you know, make themselves into the ship, and we don't know exactly how they got into the ship. But if I had to theorize, either it has to do something with Salish, or you know, something regarding, you know, like just pirates or something, because we, you know, they're in the sea and we've seen pirates. Hopefully they're not pirates, because we've been through so many pirates already. Let it slide. Don't go back to the pirates. But they look more like military, and I'm wondering whether they're just mercenaries that they happen to stumble upon, or if they were given a direction because of Griffith. Like, did Griffith's army just get sent there? So that's something for us to see going into the future. But with that being said, I thought this chapter was fantastic, and I cannot stress how amazing of a job, you know, Studio Gaga and Mori have done in this chapter. And I can't wait to see where the story goes, because right now, you know, Guts, you know, I want to give him a hug, man. Like, I want to get out of the screen, get into the panel, give him a big old hug, because my man deserves all the hug and love that he can get, because he's been through so much, and it seems like he's just going through more right now. And it breaks my heart, because, you know, Guts, you know, he's our homie, and we hate to see our homie being, you know, brought down. So I really hope that the crew or the Skull Knight can be able to bring, you know, Guts back to the Guts that we all love. But with that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Berserk, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.